Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. ESPN Sage Steele temporarily pulled from network after series of distasteful comments. Um, they've removed Sage Steele from the airways following the backlash she faced over the comments made on the podcast Uncut with Jay Cutler. During her, interview with Cutler, Steele made bold statements about women needing to be responsible for the way they dress. The anchor also criticized former President Barack Obama and struck down ESPN and Disney's vaccine mandates. Front Office Sports reports she'll be off the air for a week at a minimum. In addition, her hosting appearance at an event, ESPNW Women Plus Sports Summit, which is scheduled for October 18 to 20, has been pulled. The outlet also reports that she tested positive for COVID-19. Steele apologized for her controversial statements Tuesday morning. I know my recent comments created controversy for the company and I apologize, she wrote in a statement per USA Today. We are in the midst of an extremely challenging time that impacts all of us, and it's more critical than ever that we communicate constructively and thoughtfully. She continued. The network responded to Steele's criticism in a statement, though the company did not indicate if she would face repercussions due to her conduct. At ESPN, or I like to call ESPN, we embrace different point of views. Dialogue and discussion make this place great, the company said. That said, we expect that those points of view be expressed respectfully in a manner consistent with our values and in line with our internal policies. We are having direct conversations with Sage, and those conversations will remain private, the statement read. Original, October 4, 2021. ESPN anchor Sage Steele found herself facing backlash after spewing a series of controversial comments during a discussion with former NFL quarterback Jay Cutler on Wednesday. Although it's unclear what led to their conversation about harassment against women, Steele shared her questionable perspective on the topic during Cutler's podcast Uncut with Jay Cutler. I do think that as women we have to be responsible as well. It isn't just on players and coaches to act a certain way, the sports reporter said. She then proceeded to regurgitate a comment often heard from conservative individuals who blame women for being victims of rape and harassment. When you dress like that, I'm not saying you deserve the gross comments, but you know what you're doing when you put that outfit on too, Steele said. We know what we're doing when we put certain things on. Cutler followed up to his approval, saying that's so true. Some wondered if there's a particular type of clothing that is supposed to stop women from getting abused. All right. Steele appeared to be flattered when Cutler called her the Candace Owens of ESPN. I respect a lot of Candace Owens, the anchor said. Many social media users, however, are not impressed with the ESPN reporter following in the footsteps of the conservative pundit. Steele spewed several other head-turning comments during her discussion with Cutler. In regards to ESPN's vaccine mandate, she said the orders are sick and scary, but wasn't surprised it got to this point with Disney, a global company. According to the Griot, the longtime reporter has been working for ESPN since 2007. She says she got the vaccine because she wanted to keep her job. As Steele and Cutler moved to a discussion about the census, the ESPN reporter dragged former President Barack Obama into the topic. Steele said it's interesting to see that Obama chooses to identify as black on the census, although he was raised by his white family while his black father was nowhere to be found. Okay. So, where do you start? Where do you even begin? Sage Steele. Hold on. Man. Let's put on the shirt. Let's put on the shirt. Yes, sir. I like that. That red and gold, man. Official shirt. Now, Sage Steele. Sage Steele has been basically one of the anchors, one of the women who are out here, I suppose, trying to fight for equality or fight for what's right. Sage Steele has always been controversial. I never really liked her, especially after she said the comments about her being biracial. And to me, I don't have a problem if you're biracial, but it just seems like all the biracials that come out and talk are mainly was raised around the white side of their family. They weren't raised around black people. Like Dak Prescott, he was raised around the black side of his family. He's biracial. Patrick Mahomes, mainly towards the white people of his family. Um, there's been others. Excuse me, who are mixed, who gravitate. A lot of mixed kids basically feel they had it harder than black kids, than the dark skinned brothers and the dark skinned sisters, which is a lie. If Sage Steele was a dark skinned black woman, she would have never been where she was at. So the thing that I like to say is this: Sage is very ignorant. What she should have done was she should have checked first. She should have checked first with the people who were basically in charge of this. Very distasteful comment. You're gonna say women basically enforce, or basically the way they dress, they can avoid being sexually assaulted. That doesn't mean anything, Sage. Like, what does that mean? If a woman dresses like a S bag, she chooses to dress as a S bag. But that doesn't give a person the right to rape that woman. She shouldn't get raped. She shouldn't be taken advantage of because she wants to wear her clothing like that. Now I understand some women, they wear their clothes, they act a certain way, so then when it happens to them, you're kind of shocked at what happened to them more as opposed to those who dress respectfully and things like that. So to me, I understand where Sage was trying to go with it, but that's not the right way to talk about it. Um, I could say the same thing about I could say the same thing about basically you want to basically try to make it seem as if they are the reason they're getting raped or sexually assaulted. What the fuck is the matter with you, Sage? See this what happened. When a mix low on the totem pole ass bitch, bitch like yourself, get with a white boy, have a family with a white guy, got money coming in, you change. You change for the worse. Then you get mad at Barack Obama because he chose to be black. Because he's black. You're black. Them crackers don't see you. They don't respect you. They don't see you as sitting at the table. You'll be outside of the table while the rest of the niggas will be on the field, but you'll be basically right here. It's a trip. And Sage still continues to say things like this. And then Jay Cutler said you're like Candace Owens. That's not a good thing. Candace Owens don't nobody like that chick. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody run up and pop her. Just allegedly, y'all. I don't want that to happen. So it is what it is, man. Sage still is a piece of crap. And for her to say this about basically women in general, you're supposed to be for women, and you're basically saying because of how women wear their clothes or how they dress is that's the reason why they are who they are, and then what happens to them happens. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. Women are a blessing. Women are, of course, very soulful creatures. Yes, they're passionate. They'll go off on you. They'll tell you about yourself. But at the end of the day, black women are very genuine and they're very real, even if they're not fully black. So we'll see, man. She deserved to get fired. Fuck her. She deserved to lose her job. Because you gotta understand, Sage Steele, our dollar matters more. If black people start tuning into your channel, that's when white people will start putting commercials out there to attract them to the commercials that are being sold. That it's all basically selling, buyer and seller. That's all it is. And your problem is you said some comments that did not sit well with some of those presidents. So thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number two, and an HDII TV. Thank you all for listening. We out. Deezy.